Happy Hump Day. We got a huge 16 game slate, a Dinger Tuesday winner, and one of the worst beats of the season. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more baseball. That's right. Yesterday, it broke a little bit of a string of wins here. We still have a winning day in 13 of the last 15 days, but a 1-2 day, a very small losing day, but one of the worst beats I have seen in a very long time. We're going to talk about the bets in just a little bit. But first, it's the Dinger Tuesday winner, and we had a huge one yesterday. First of all, thank you everyone for participating. That was awesome seeing all those comments. Congratulations to at Michael Marker 9299. How about a Stephen Kwan Dinger at plus 1400? He beat out Mr. Tyler Fitzgerald, who had someone had a home run dinger on him at plus 700. So you've won one free month of Outlier. So reach out to us in the YouTube comments or private message me on Discord or Twitter X, and we'll get that link over to you so you can get working on that. But anyways, that was a lot of fun. So we have something to talk about that we haven't talked about in a while, and we got a new Jabbo MVP. That's right, baby. Let's bring it up. And there it is at Big Al Niner. Thank you very much for becoming a Jabbo MVP. We appreciate the support. And if you want to support us, like we've talked about before, Discord's free. These videos are free. Everything is free. This is just one way to give back. It's only $2.99 a month. That's it. If we've given you any entertainment or any value or help with your bets, we would appreciate it. Just hit that join button below. And you get some perks with badges and emojis, which we're going to be updating here very shortly, and things like that. So thank you guys for doing that and for all the support. Again, never required, but always appreciated. So let's get right into it. Like I said, we got a 16 game slate. That's right, a full slate plus a double header. So that means it's time to start with that baseball fun fact. So here we go. Mr. Aubrey Huff, if you don't know him, he played in the early 2000s, has more career doubles than Mickey freaking Mantle. That's wild. Huff has 360 doubles and Mantle has 344. And by the way, Mantle also has 3,000 more plate appearances and still has less than Aubrey Huff. I'm sure you didn't know that. Again, thanks to Chicago Golf Pro, just feeding me fun facts right now in the Discord. All right, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday like we always do, and then we're going to go over those good and bad hitter matchups, and then, of course, the good pitcher strikeout matchups, go over that full pitcher report, give you the big game breakdown, and finish it all up with the best bets, the hitter parlay ideas, and the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below like you guys have been doing over and over again. And I've seen comments from you guys, some of you guys every single day for like the last year. It's been incredible. It means a lot. So I really want to say thank you and we appreciate it. If you're new to that channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 27,000 subscribers and nearing our first 2 years on the channel. So let's get right into it. And that means it's bets recap time. All right, let's go over this. It was an ugly slate yesterday, so we just had 3 half-unit plays, which is why 1 and 2 only lose us 0.37 units. But Paul Skeen, 7+ Ks, gets it done. But the Pirates' money line, they're a freaking joke on offense. Holy smokes. Remind me not to back their offense ever again, along with the Mariners' offense, of course. But we lost that one. Skeen's got it done. He got 8 Ks. And then are you ready for the worst beat of the season? If you tailed it, you already know. Arizona team total over 3.5, easy winner. That wasn't it. Under 5.5 runs in the first 5 innings, Seattle, LA. Guys, I don't know what to say here. Listen, we're going to the top of the 5th. It's 0-0. We need 6 more outs before they get 6 more runs. Logan Gilbert has a no-hitter going to the 5th inning. The Los Angeles Angels score 5 in the top of the 5th due to 2 errors. There were 2 throwing errors, one by Logan Gilbert, which really helped them score, but they scored 5 runs. Okay, you're thinking, it was awful, but we can still get through this. And then the Mariners, out of nowhere, decide to score their only run of the game and score 1 run, thanks to a walk. And they hit into a double play with first and third, no out. It scored the run, but they got 2 outs. It ended 5-1. Like the odds of over 5.5 or under 5.5 going into that 5th inning must have been minus 1 to 2 million. It was insane. Again, half unit loss. We shake it off. We've had some good luck and a lot of winning days lately, so you get over it. But what did help is Logan Gilbert bounced back, and we had a nice plus 135 winner. I think some people even saw it right before the game. They said on Discord at plus 150. Either way, that was awesome. Wish I put a unit on it, but he absolutely crushed it. So gotta love that. So 1 and 2, again, small losing day. We move on. There's the overall record as we dig out of that huge hole we built ourselves. But that's what we got for the recap. And now let's talk some bats. We have a whopping 28 good hitter matchups, and I am absolutely not going through every single one. But there they all are. I mean, down there in the bottom left, Mr. Aaron Judge. How about 6 for 13, two extra base hits, and those two extra base hits have been bombs against the lefty Sean Manaea. Bregman right above him, 5 for 14 with a couple bombs. Semien, Rojas, so on and so on. And then over there on the right side, as you can tell, the at bats get less and less. But how about Nicky Lopez for the White Sox, 6 for 12 against Eovaldi, and then Rendon 5 for 12 with a couple bombs against Luis Castillo. But these are the first 18 matchups, I believe. Now let's check out page 2, and these are the final 10 here. We got guys like Jorge Soler, 3 for 9 versus Glasnow. Devers there. And then Nimmo versus Garrett Cole, Jeff McNeil. There's some Mets that hit Garrett Cole pretty well, and there's also some Mets that absolutely struggle. But anyways, this is page 1 and 2 of the good hitter matchups. Hopefully these help you go get some winners. Now let's check out the bad hitter matchups, and we have 8 of those for you. And look at the first 3. All Mets players against Garrett Cole, and there's another one below that. But JD Martinez, 6 for 38 with 15 Ks. That's no bueno. Iglesias, 3 for 24, 5 Ks, and Lindor, 3 for 17 with only 2 Ks. And then DJ Stewart down there, 1 for 11. But it's just wild. And then the All-Star MVP, Jarren Duran, 0 for 10 with 4 Ks versus Cal Quantrill. I can't imagine that lasting too long because it's Cal Quantrill and it's in Colorado. But and then Arenado, of course, 1 for 13, but no Ks. You know, I don't think he's gonna have a big deal or a big problem with Martin Perez. But anyways, that's all we got for you for the good and bad hitter matchups. And now let's talk some arms. We got 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today, and it starts with Mr. Nick Pivetta of the Red Sox going up against the Colorado Rockies in Coors Field. Colorado 8th highest K percentage versus righties, 24.6%. You see Pivetta up there, 96 Ks and 81.1 innings. Similar home road K splits. He has a crazy high 38.9, almost 40% K rate in July. That's 19.2 innings. The crazy part is he just turned it on out of nowhere. In the last 3 starts, 8, 10, and 10 strikeouts. Before that, how about 4, 4, 5, and 4? So I want to make sure you knew both sides and didn't just see 8, 10, and 10 and thought, oh my gosh, this guy is just going to get 10 every game. But anyways, those are all the numbers for Pivetta. And then the lefty, Chris Sale, who is on here pretty much every start against the Cincinnati Reds. Reds 4th highest K percentage versus lefties at over 28%. Sale, we know he's a stud, 140 Ks, 110 innings. And Sale has a higher K rate on the road, but he's going to be at home here. But either way, 34.4, 30.5. He's solid at both of them. Had 4 Ks last start at the Padres, one of his worst starts of the year in regards to Ks at least. But before that, 9, 9, 11, 8, 7, 10. This guy's been steady Eddie all season long. So, and then as for the matchup, he has not faced Cincy yet this year. And also Pivetta up there has not faced Colorado. So those are the 2 best pitcher strikeout matchups of the day. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups of the day, and no pitcher listed yet for the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. Okert up there for the Twins, I believe, is just a bullpen opener, just so you guys know. We've talked about a lot of these guys. Griffin Canning is just an absolute can, but he's going up against the Mariners, who are more of a can, I guess, how you would say it. Cannot score against absolutely anybody. Now, let's talk about a pitcher you probably have no idea. Right there for the Baltimore Orioles, Mr. McDermott. You might think it's Doug McDermott if you are a basketball fan. It is not. But he is making his Major League Baseball debut at 26 years old. And let me just tell you about him real quick. But he was drafted in the 4th round by the Astros in 2021. Came over in the Trey Mancini trade. Does that matter? Not at all. I'm just a sports nut. Ranked as the number 6 prospect for Baltimore. This season at AAA, 3.96 ERA. He led all AAA starting pitchers in strikeouts with 129 Ks in 91 innings. The issue he had was his command. He walked around 13% of hitters, got a mid to upper 90s fastball. I know because I watch every game, obviously, in AAA of McDermott. But no, I just want to give you guys some stats so you knew what you were getting into. Obviously, K rates don't always turn over to the major leagues because it's a much harder league. Yeah, I know, breaking news. But anyways, that's McDermott going up against Cabrera, who has just been awful, just absolutely awful. It's amazing how awful he has been with a 28.1% K rate. It's just crazy. He gives up a ton of hits. He has no command. He leaves it over the plate or he walks you. It's just wild. He's due for some good, I guess, good improvement and regression, positive regression, 5.55, but still, it's just not been very good. And then Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer, steady Eddie this year, going up against Mitchell Parker of the Nats, who's had a good rookie season himself. And then up there, obviously, you've got Hunter Brown, who's had a good year going up against the lefty JP Sears. And then Aaron Nola, who's just solid all the time, always around that 3.5 to 4 ERA. So, anyways, that's what we got for the first 8 matchups. Take a screenshot if you're new. As you can see on the bottom are all the averages just to kind of help you out. But hopefully this helps start your day with all your bets. Now, here is page 2. All right, every team has a pitcher listed here in that top one. How about that matchup? Jack Flaherty versus Tanner Bybee, and we're going to talk about it in a little bit. That's right. Then Sean Manaea versus Garrett Cole. Again, Cole trying to find his groove. He will, I think. Similar to Stella, getting her groove back. But Chris Flexen, we know what he is. He's not good. He's a 5 ERA guy. Just has not been that great. He's been okay this year for what he can bring, but doesn't strike out a lot of guys. Just like Ryan Nelson, who gives up 10.3 hits per 9 innings. So on and so on. But we got to talk about someone, Robbie Ray, the lefty, the ex-Cy Young Award winner a few years back, right before he signed a huge deal with the Seattle Mariners. It didn't work out. Shocking, I know. But anyways, he has been hurt. This will be his first start in a while. I think he had like 8 or 9 or 10 rehab appearances. He looked okay. But he's a guy who, he has some nasty stuff when he's on, but he also has some big-time command issues. The one time he won the Cy Young was because he actually had some good command finally for the first time. But anyways, he's going up against Tyler Glasnow. Never an easy one. Glasnow coming off a short stint on the IL as well. And then that game 2 of the doubleheader, we got Nick Martinez versus Chris Sale, who we already talked about a little bit. And one guy who's actually looked pretty good up there, Yariel Rodriguez of the Toronto Blue Jays, not too shabby, 3.78 ERA, getting some strikeouts, going up against Zach Eflin of the Rays in that elite 3% walk rate. So those are the final 8 matchups, and that is the entire pitcher report for today. And you know what time it is. It's time for the big game breakdown. All right, before we get to that big game breakdown, it's time for the KALSHI trade of the day. That's right. As you guys know, we talked about it the day before. We've had some winners. That's right. We hit that college football video game. If you don't know what this is about, it's like stocks, but all world events and things that actually interest you. You can buy, you can sell. It is federally regulated in all 50 states, and it is a ton of fun. We are absolutely loving it. So for today, we're going to go up to culture, and then we're going to choose video games. That's right. We're going to pick video games. This is going to be more of a Ryan answer. So we're going to go right there to Star Wars Outlaws Metacritic score. I know nothing about this. Again, this is all Ryan. He's leading me. We kind of help each other with different trades and stuff. But the trading is paused because we're doing this late at night. So we're going to put this in the morning. But 80 or greater right there, we're going to say yes for 48 cents. That's right. We're going to take a chance. 48 cents means it's just kind of like a slight underdog. But his reasoning is just, it's a big company and they can kind of pad their stats a little bit when you got Ubisoft, however you pronounce it. So we think the score is going to be 80. It's going to be decent enough to get us another victory. And obviously you can chase the markets and things like that. You can scroll down and see related markets, activity, and many, many different things in the summary and the rules and all that. But it's a ton of fun. So make sure you go join KALSHI today. And first 500 people get a $20 bonus credit as well. All right, that's all I got. Back to the big game breakdown. All right, we are heading out to Cleveland, baby. We got the Guardians hosting the Detroit Tigers. Guardians on the money line, minus 148. Tigers money line, plus 124 with a total of 7.5 runs. Let's talk the spot in this game. The Tigres, this will be the 6th game of a 7-game road trip to start the second half, and they are 3-2 so far on this road trip. Guardians, 6th game of a 7-game homestand. They are 2-3 so far. This series so far is also split 1-1. Starting pitcher matchup, this is why I want to talk about it. It's Jack Flaherty versus Tanner Bybee. Mr. Flaherty has been as good as it gets this year. He has been a stud, 3.13 ERA. You guys already saw a .96 whip, which is incredible, and a very high K rate. He's given up 2 or less earned runs in 9 of his last 12 starts, and he has faced this Cleveland Guardians team twice this year already. June 11th, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and 4 Ks. May 6th, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 Ks. So we're talking a combined 3 earned runs given up in 12 innings. And here's an interesting fact about Mr. Flaherty. 2.66 ERA the first time through the order with a 3.73 slugging. 1.82 ERA the second time through the order with only a 3.31 slugging. And then the third time through the order, a 6.86 ERA with a 5.13 slugging. He has given up 6 of his 15 home runs this season when it's been the third time through the order. And you might not think that's that many, but it is, because he's only thrown 19.2 total innings on the third time through the order. So that's some deep stats for you. Anyways, home and away splits. Home, 3.5 ERA, 2.33 average against. Away, 2.84 ERA and 2.01 average against. He has some very, very good road numbers, and he is on the road here. Similar case splits and similar walk splits as well, home and away. Righties, lefties. Lefties, 205 average against, 373 slugging. Righties, 225 average against with a 396 slugging. Very similar numbers to righties and lefty as well as K and walks. So nothing big there. Now let's talk about Mr. Tanner Bybee. He's had a good season too. Not like Jack Flaherty, but 3.58 ERA, pretty much same expected ERA, xFIP, all those advanced numbers. He has faced the Tigers twice this season already, and he's done the opposite. He has struggled a little bit. July 10th at Detroit, 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and 8 strikeouts. And then May 8th versus Detroit at home, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. He has a 6.54 ERA in 2 starts versus those Tigres. Home away splits for Mr. Bybee. He is at home here, but at home he has a higher ERA, 4.19 ERA with a 234 average against. Some of you guys already know they did a lot of renovations and changes to the Cleveland Stadium, and that's why you see a lot more hitting there by Cleveland and the opponents as well. But on the road, 3 ERA on the dot with a 216 average against for whatever it's worth. I don't know why I say it, just to kind of give you a comparison, but he's not on the road. And 8 of his 13 home runs he's given up has actually been on the road, and again, he's at home. Righty-lefty splits against lefties, 258 average and 468 slugging. But righties, how about a 176 average and 296 slugging? Absolutely dominating righties and giving up some hits and a little bit more power to lefties. 29.5% K rate to righties as well, 26.6% K rate versus lefties. And as you can imagine by the slugging numbers, 9 of his 13 home runs given up this year have been to lefties. Now, let's talk real quick about the offenses. Last 3 weeks, you'd be surprised, guys. Detroit Tigers, shockingly, are the 7th best WRC plus and the 5th best slugging in the entire league versus righties. Cleveland Guardians, hold your nose. This is insane, guys. Dead last WRC plus versus righties. They have been the worst freaking offense in the major leagues in the last 3 weeks versus right-handed pitching, and second to last slugging, second to last on base percentage. Whatever you want to say about it, it has been bad. Now, obviously, that's a big advantage for Detroit on offense. Bullpen. Last 30 days, Tigers 17th best ERA, 16th best xFIP. Guardians, we know, have one of the best bullpens in the MLB. Last 30 days, 5th best ERA, 11th best xFIP. Tigers last night used Faedo, Joey Wentz, who is like a starter, just a long inning guy in the bullpen, and Vest. And other than that, they're pretty good shape. Guardians used Cade Smith for 22 pitches, Sandlin 16, Gaddis 13, and then their stud closer, Clase, pitched yesterday, but it was only 9 pitches. So I would imagine he's still going to be available in a tight game. I would obviously say advantage Guardians because it usually is in the bullpen. Now, that's all the mumbo jumbo. Let's get to the best bet, and I have one for a half unit. Give me the Tigres first 5-inning money line, plus 120 on BetMGM. That's right, we've been betting a lot of plus money bets lately. This is a situation we already talked about, but this is where we have a better starting pitcher. That's a given. A better lineup in the last 30 days, and it's really not even close, which is insane, the Tigers. But the bullpen advantage definitely goes to Cleveland. I don't want to mess with the bullpens. Just give me the first 5 innings on the money line at plus money. I mean, this is just too good a value to pass up. Obviously, first 5 innings, it takes one swing, and you could lose a bet. But I really just like what the matchup here with Jack Flaherty. He's already dominated the Guardians twice. Bybee's already struggled against the Guardians twice. Doesn't mean it's a guarantee to happen for a third time. But I just like where everything is matching up here. I like Detroit's offense. I think they get to Bybee for a few runs, and Flaherty can hold the fort down. So give me the Tigres first 5 money line at plus 120 on BetMGM for a half unit. And now on to the rest of the bets. All right, this second one takes us out to Los Angeles, where the Dodgers host the San Francisco Giants. Dodgers on the money line minus 205. Giants money line plus 170 with a total of 8 runs. I have a 1-unit play here. I like this one. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Give me Tyler Glass now under 7.5 Ks at minus 135 on DraftKings. I expect this line to move, and I don't really understand the line, to be honest with you. But first, he is coming back from injury. And I mean, this is a guy who they want to make sure they watch out for because he has never, ever, ever thrown more than 120 innings in his entire career. He's already approaching, he's not there yet, but he's approaching that mark soon. And now he's coming off an IL stint. They do not want to push him. There's just no way. And I think the 7.5 line is as if he's fully healthy, about to throw 95 to 100 pitches. He didn't do a rehab start. I'm going to assume he's going to go like 80 pitches. I can't imagine him getting stretched out more than that. And this is his first start since July 5th. So this 7.5 number is pretty dang high for a guy who's going to be a little bit of a limited pitch count. So now let's check out the 2024 numbers with Outlier. All right, before we check out some more numbers for last night, just a reminder that Outlier link is below. You can go get that free trial. It is just unbelievable, guys. It's really helped us in the last month. As you guys have seen, 13 of the last 15 winning days. A big part of that is Outlier. It's a one-stop shop. It saves you a ton of time. You know all about it. Just go click that link below. It's awesome. So let's go check out Outlier now for this last under 7.5 Ks. First, we're going to look at 2024 numbers at home. As you can see, he's under in 5 of 10. So 50% hit rate, right? But again, that's assuming he's in full go mode like he has been in pretty much every one of those starts. I don't believe he is coming off that IL stint. Second, facing a Giants team that's very familiar with him. So let's click on 2024 now. We'll take off the home and just see all games. And they're going to show right here 2 this season and 1 last season. I really only care about this year. And so he was under in both. April 3rd, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, and 7 Ks. He threw 100 pitches that game to get 7 Ks. June 29th, 3 innings, 5 earned runs, and 1 K and 61 pitches because he got lit up again. And then August of last year, he's with the Rays. Take it for what it is, but 7 Ks and 87 pitches. So they've gotten to him. So, I mean, there's different ways, whether it's pitch count or they could just hit him all over the place and get him out early as well. So that's the head-to-head. Now let's scroll down and see the Giants batting versus righties. Right above that pie chart right there against in the last 30 days. They have an average K rate versus righties, 22.1%. So it's not like it's some elite matchup also. And then on the right side, we got the Giants hitters. That's right. Giants hitters versus right-handed pitching. As you can click on up there, there's some targets. Jorge Soler, 26.1%. Fitzgerald, 31.8%. Elliot Ramos, 29.1%, since he's much better versus lefties. So there's a few, but in my opinion, there's just not enough. And they've been hitting him around already this season. So, I mean, in summary, guys, I just think this 7.5 line is too high. I was expecting it to be 6.5 and juice to the under, so I'll gladly take it. Again, I don't know where this line's going to be by the time some of you see it before the game or right by first pitch or anything, but right now, minus 135. I love this. Give me glass now, under 7.5 Ks for 1 unit as my second best bet. All right, this final bet of the video takes us out to Texas, where the Rangers host the Chicago White Sox. Rangers moneyline minus 258, White Sox moneyline plus 210 with a total of 8 runs. Now, as you guys know, I've been very safe lately, betting a lot of big plus money at half unit and all that. I'm going to take a chance here. Give me a 1 unit play. Nathan Eovaldi over 18.5 outs recorded at plus 130 on DraftKings. It's pretty much identical to Logan Gilbert yesterday, except I did a half unit on that. He cashed that one for us at plus 130, I believe it was. But let's talk about this. Eovaldi's been a monster lately for the innings eating monster. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, he's gone over this now on 4 of the last 5 starts. And a few things about this plus money bet. First, the first thing I love is he dominates at home. 2.69 ERA, giving up only a 184 average to opponents with a 338 slugging. Absolutely elite at home. His walk rate at home, which is huge, is only 4.9%. Why is that huge? It keeps his pitch count down. 4.9%, guys, is pretty good. And then the second thing, he's facing the freaking White Sox. They're awful. I mean, they are horrendous. They have the second worst batting average versus righties the last 3 days, only hitting 216. So we got an offense here hitting 216 versus righties, and a pitcher giving up a 184 average to hitters at home. I mean, I don't see a lot of hits here. Only the Mariners are worse than that average, by the way, and they're hitting under 200. The White Sox have the absolute worst on-base percentage the last 3 days. So they're not getting hits and they're not drawing walks. No traffic on the bases means some quick innings, hopefully. They have the worst WRC plus in the last 3 days at 71. 100 is average, by the way. That's how bad they are. It's just horrendous. White Sox bottom 10 team regards to pitches per plate appearance as well. So they're not a team that's just working a ton of counts, getting these 5-6 pitch at bats a lot. And now let's talk about this. This is what's crazy. This 18.5 outs line is not easy to go over, but some right-handed pitching. The last 5 right-handed pitchers versus the White Sox, 4 of them have gone over this 18.5 outs mark, which means they've gotten at least 1 out in the 7th inning. Hash brown math. John Gray, 7.2 innings. Seth Lugo, the complete game 9-inning shutout. Or actually, I don't know if it's a shutout, but Brady Singer, 7 full innings. Michael Waka Waka, 7 full innings. I mean, they went over this pretty easily, guys. Let's face it. So we're getting plus money. I love plus 130 here for Nathan Eovaldi to just dominate the White Sox at home. Let's get some quick innings. Let's get into that 7th inning, get us 1 out, and cash a huge plus 130 bet. And that's the final best bet. It seems like every day I'm telling you I've given you these hitter parlay ideas this week. I'm exhausted, absolutely exhausted. I will drop those again in the comments. I've been doing it every day, so just be sure to check back for them. I give you some description as well, and then any added plays will be in there. And some people just put their bet. I'm going to give you a bet and a write up like I always do in there. So check in the morning and all that. I'll get some sleep, and if I have anything to add, I will let you know. So that's what we got. Also, they're going to be on Discord, which is free, and on X. So now that's all I got. Let's check out the recap. All right, here we go. The first bet, Tigers first 5 money line for a half unit. This is the big game breakdown. Plus 120 on BetMGM. Also, don't mind their full game. And then Tyler Glasnow under 7.5 Ks, minus 135 on DraftKings. That is a full unit play for me. And then the third one, Nathan Eovaldi over 18.5 outs, plus 130 for a full unit. Let's have a big day. That's right. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Thank you to everyone for the support. Honestly, you guys take time out of your day to hit the like button. You guys have been doing great. I think we had over 400, 500 likes last video and just a ton of comments. And I just absolutely love it. You guys are helping each other out as well. But I just want to say thank you. So anyways, I hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.